Norse mythology has become a cultural phenomenon within the past decade. Everywhere you turn, the images of Thor, Loki, and many others fill our daily lives, whether it be in name on shows such as Vikings or The Last Kingdom, as characters guiding assassins raiding English shores in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, or as superheroes saving the world as part of the Avengers. But where do these myths come from? What books does someone looking to dive deeper into this profoundly rich mythology start with? And what are the myths, legends, and lore buried beneath it all? Well, that's where this list comes in. This is 7 moonbooks on the Norse tradition that every heathen needs. Number 1. Pantheon the Norse by Morgan Daimler. Pantheon the Norse explores the beliefs and practices found within heathenry, including a look at cosmology and various celebrations. It also discusses the gods and spirits that are acknowledged within the belief system, giving a brief description of each and how they were and are understood. Designed as an introduction to the Norse pantheon, this book will guide beginners into a basic understanding of the beliefs and offer further suggested resources for those who want to dive deeper. Morgan Daimler's new addition to the Pantheon series is the perfect introduction for those wishing to explore the rich religious landscapes of the Norse tradition. Daimler carries readers through the many realms of Norse religious belief and practice, paying visits to the numerous gods and spirits who populate the 9 worlds of Norse cosmology. This book strikes the balance between providing a concise overview for newcomers to Norse paganism and offering intriguing insights that invite the reader to delve in deeper. As such, this is an accessible and well-informed guide which will appeal to those seeking to learn more about the Norse tradition. Number 2. Odin by Morgan Daimler. Known by many names with a wide array of characteristics, Odin is a god who many people believe is just as active in the world today as he was 1,000 years ago and more. A god of poetry, he inspires us to create. A god of magic, he teaches us to find our own power. A god of wisdom, he challenges us to learn all we can. In this book, you will find some of Odin's stories and history, as well as anecdotes of what it can be like to honor him in the modern world. For those seeking an introduction to the one-eyed wanderer, there are few authors better suited to do so than Morgan Daimler. Her understanding of Odin, demonstrated here, is broad, deep, and of long standing, as she covers the vast array of topics connected to Odin with a touch both deft and deeply perceptive. She shares her extensive knowledge of the fascinating god, covering all aspects, not just the myths and legends, with the added bonus of her own personal insights too. A must-have for anyone's bookshelf. We have also released a deep dive into the Allfather himself. You can find that video on our channel. Number 3. Loki by Dagulf Loptson. Loki is the famous trickster of Norse mythology, who brings its pages to life with conflict, humour, and excitement. Far from being just a villain or a prankster, Loki is a god who brings necessary change to the world, transcends boundaries, and shines a light on hidden truth. In this book, you'll be introduced to Loki and the many masks he wears, whether he appears as the bringer of enlightenment, the travelling companion of the gods, or the ender of worlds. This is also an accessible guide to building a devotional practice with the trickster, where you will learn new ways to honour this often misunderstood deity. Open the door to Loki's mysteries and prepare to laugh, be challenged, and potentially change your life. This book is a bold and necessary look at the trickster god of the Norse. The author deftly weaves together academic material and personal experience to give the reader a guide, not only to better understand this often maligned deity, but also connect with him directly, an unflinching appraisal that offers a great deal of insight into Loki. Number 4. Runes by Kylie Holmes. Runes are an ancient Scandinavian writing system. They have been used for hundreds of years as part of magical rituals, spells, and foretelling of the future, and are steeped in mystery and secrecy. This book contains the meanings of 24 runes, providing a simple and easy to follow guide for any aspiring runecaster. Discover how to use this ancient form of divination as a tool for your own personal and spiritual growth. Learn how to make your own rune set, cast, and lay them out. This beginner's guide also encourages you to start a rune journal where you can record your ideas, interpretations, and castings. Let your intuition guide you as you learn to connect with the energy of the runes. Number 5. Thor by Morgan Daimler. Thor is an immensely popular god, but also one of contradictions, whose complexity is sometimes underrated. Often depicted as oafish, he was clever enough to outwit the dwarf Almqvist, a god of storms and thunder, He brought fertility and blessed brides at weddings, and although a defender of civilization and order, he usually travelled with a trickster deity. This book is an absolute must for anybody who has an interest in this fascinating and significant deity. More than a simple introduction, this volume lays out key points of Thor's story and mythology, plus his connections to other gods, goddesses, giants, and even humans. Learning what Thor looks like, or the different ways he's been described and perceived from ancient times to modern pop culture, aids in visualizing the god, a useful tool for any pagan with a leaning towards Norse-inspired spirituality. Written in a thoroughly engaging style and carefully sourced throughout, this book is a handy reference as well as an entertaining and compelling read. Whether you are new to Thor or want to learn a little bit more or see this god from a new perspective, this is the book for you. Number 6. Just Add Blood by Kennan Taylor. Directed towards healing and personal development, Just Add Blood is an introduction to the use of Anglo-Saxon runes. It serves as both a point of reference and a guide on how to use the runes, and offers a fresh, contemporary look at the magical approach to rune usage within Anglo-Saxon culture and spirituality. Just Add Blood offers an extraordinarily insightful and profound understanding of the value of rune lore to the modern mind. Combining esoteric and psychological understanding, Kennan Taylor has succeeded in revealing the ways in which our lives can be enriched with this ancient system. Just Add Blood is captivating work, leading us gently but swiftly and assuredly into the worlds and realms of rune lore. Number 7. North Sea Water in My Veins by Imelda Almqvist. North Sea Water in My Veins is a quest for the reconstruction of an indigenous and native spirituality of the Low Countries, and covers pre-Christian material from the Netherlands, Belgium, and the region just across the German border. Seeking out and documenting ancient gods and goddesses, practices and traditions, this book asks the question, is there enough material for such a reconstruction? The conclusion is a resounding yes. Imelda Almqvist's new book is like a treasure chest of ancestral jewels. So much of our literature today is revisionist history, written by the victors of wars or lost on the dusty shelves of time. In this book, Imelda brings the past alive and discovers resources for reconnecting with our ancestors, their ancient wisdom teachings, and our own soul. With this scholarly exploration, you can retrieve the frozen parts of our northwestern European ancestry, some dredged up from the depths of the North Sea. And that's our list. If you'd like to learn more about any of the titles mentioned here, you can find all the links in the description down below. Please like and share this video with your fellow heathens, and we shall see you in the next video.